What if I told you that the single most important thing you do all day happens in the first 90 minutes after you wake up? And most guys are burning through their life force before they even brush their teeth. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you changed everything. What's good, guys? Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is about one thing: becoming the most powerful version of yourself. And today, we're going deep on something that literally nobody in your life is talking to you about: the semen retention morning routine. Now, before you click off, I know how that sounds. I said the same thing when I first heard it. I remember sitting in my apartment about 2 years ago. I was waking up every morning feeling like garbage, hitting snooze 4 times, scrolling my phone for 45 minutes before I even stood up. Brain foggy, low motivation, just flat. No drive, no fire, and I couldn't figure out why. I was working out, I was eating okay, but something was missing. Then I stumbled onto semen retention, not as some weird internet thing, but as a practice that Taoist monks, ancient Indian yogis, and some of the most disciplined men in history had quietly used for thousands of years to access higher energy states. So I tried it, and after about 30 days, I started building a morning routine around it. And that's when everything shifted. I'm over a year into this practice now, and this morning routine, it is the foundation. Let's get into it. The first thing, and this is non-negotiable, is how you wake up. Most guys wake up and immediately reach for their phone. Social media, porn, stimulation, and here's what's happening biologically. Your dopamine system is barely online. Your testosterone is actually at its daily peak right after waking, and you are about to torch all of that for a TikTok scroll. The ancient Taoists called sexual energy Jing, your foundational life force. They believed it took enormous resources to produce, and it could either be wasted or cultivated and redirected upward through the body for mental, physical, and spiritual power. Modern science actually backs part of this up. Studies show testosterone spikes in the early morning. Dopamine sensitivity is highest when it hasn't been artificially spiked. Your nervous system is in a state of calm alertness. That window, that is gold. Protect it like your life depends on it, because in a lot of ways, it does. So, rule 1, phone stays face down. Or better yet, charging across the room. You don't touch it for the first 60 minutes. Non-negotiable. Number 2, you get up and within 5 minutes, cold water. Either a cold shower or cold water on your face and neck. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The first time I did a full cold shower after 45 days of retention, I felt like I had been plugged into a wall socket. No, seriously, there was this buzz, this aliveness that I can only describe as electricity moving through me. Science calls it norepinephrine release. A study from the Thrombosis Research Institute found cold exposure can increase testosterone levels. And from a retention standpoint, cold water helps move sexual energy upward and away from the pelvic area, which is literally what the Taoists taught. They called it circulating the microcosmic orbit. Start with 30 seconds cold at the end of your normal shower. Build from there. After 2 weeks, you'll look forward to it. I promise. Number 3, move your body before you move your mind. This is huge, and I mean before you check emails, before you plan your day, before you think about your problems. I do 15 to 20 minutes of movement. Some mornings it's a walk outside. Some mornings it's kettlebells in my garage. Some mornings it's just deep stretching and breath work. Here's why this matters on retention specifically. Retained sexual energy is kinetic. It wants to move. If you don't give it somewhere to go, it will find somewhere to go. And usually that's anxiety, irritability, or a relapse. After about 60 days, I noticed that on the mornings I skipped movement, I was more agitated, more in my head, more likely to make poor decisions by midday. Move the energy. Redirect it. This is the whole game.
Number 4, 5 to 10 minutes of intentional breathing or meditation, right after movement. Now, I know some guys hear meditation and tune out. Hear me out. This doesn't have to be spiritual. It doesn't require an app or a cushion. Sit somewhere quiet, breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 4. What the yogic tradition calls pranayama, what modern science calls nervous system regulation. Here's the thing about semen retention that nobody talks about. You will have more energy, but that energy needs a container. Without stillness practice, that extra energy can make you restless, unfocused, even aggressive. I remember around day 70, I was snapping at people. Couldn't figure out why. A mentor told me, "You're holding a fire hose with your hands. You need to learn to hold it with your whole body." Breathwork was that answer for me. 5 minutes. That's all. Just 5 minutes of intentional breath in the morning will change the quality of your entire day. Number 5, conscious eating. This one's practical. Avoid the high-sugar breakfast. Avoid the processed junk. Your body on retention is running a cleaner, higher-octane engine. Don't put garbage in it. I go with eggs, some kind of healthy fat, avocado, nuts, and water or green tea. No coffee on an empty stomach. That spikes cortisol and burns through the exact energy reserve you've been building. Zinc, specifically, is critical for testosterone and sperm production. Eggs, pumpkin seeds, red meat, these are your friends. Brahmacharya, the ancient Indian principle that encompasses semen retention, teaches that what you consume becomes your consciousness. I know that sounds deep, but practically, what you eat in the morning sets your biochemistry for the next 6 hours. Make it count. All right, real talk time, because I would be doing you dirty if I didn't mention this. This is not easy. The morning routine sounds simple. Doing it consistently when you're tired, stressed, or horny as hell, that's the real challenge. Around days 7 through 14, a lot of guys hit a wall. Urges are strong. You might wake up with more tension in your body. You might feel edgy or restless. That's real. That's normal. Here's what helped me. I stopped thinking of urges as attacks. I started seeing them as energy trying to rise. When the urge comes in the morning, that's the moment the routine saves you. Cold water, breath work, movement. You redirect before the urge gets a foothold. Also, wet dreams happen, especially early on. That's not failure. Don't guilt trip yourself into quitting. Just get back to the routine the next morning. The guys who fail at this usually fail for one reason. They have no structure. That's why this routine exists. Structure is the container for the energy. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The most powerful version of you is not some distant fantasy. He's the guy who wakes up tomorrow morning and makes one different choice. No phone, cold water, movement, breath, real food. That's it. Every ancient tradition on this planet, Taoism, Brahmacharya, Stoicism, they all understood one thing. The man who controls his energy controls his life. You are not fighting against yourself by practicing retention. You are finally fighting for yourself. I've been doing this over a year, and I'll tell you straight, the morning is where the battle is won or lost every single day. Win the morning, and you are a different man by noon. You've got this. All right. If this hit home, smash that like button. Genuinely helps the channel more than you know. Subscribe if you're new. We talk about this stuff honestly, with no fluff and no fake hype. And I want to hear from you. Drop your current streak in the comments. Or if you don't have one yet, tell me your biggest struggle in the morning. I read every single comment.
We're building something real here. See you in the next one. Stay strong.